Say hello. Welcome to the supportive environment. Say welcome to the supportive environment. Hey there, God bless you. I'm Karine. Welcome to the supportive environment. And today, I just want to chat a little bit with you. So we are still here in the Dominican Republic, and I just been reflecting while I'm here about the home environment. Okay, if Zoe lets me talk. Can I talk, please? Can I talk? Can I talk? Okay. So while I've been here, I've been reflecting and thinking about the home environment. I will talk more about this on a later video because, again, the location where I am, my internet connection is very limited. It's not the greatest, and it takes forever to upload a video onto my YouTube platform channel. So I just will be as brief as I can, but I just want to share something with you. We live in the United States, and we live in the state of New Jersey, and my child actually loves living in the area where we live because it is close to New York City, and he loves when we take the public transportation, the bus, to go to New York City. He loves taking the subway, train. He likes New York City. He likes going there. He likes public transportation quite a lot. Actually, one thing that I have to get for him is a New Jersey Transit bus. He has the New Jersey Transit train already, and he has buses from the MTA from New York City, but he's been wanting a New Jersey Transit bus, and so that's the next thing that I need to find for him. Now, what I want to share with you, and I'll be very brief here, but I had already been thinking about the atmosphere. My channel, the name of my channel is The Supportive Environment, and when I selected the name it's because I wanted to be very intentional, and there is a background story behind of why I selected that channel, but I just want a place where we can talk about different topics, different situations, find common ground, find support. I want this place to be a supportive environment, not just talk about, of course, creating a supportive environment for my children, for me, for my family, but I want to talk about us all, about being supportive to one another. I have to say that the homeschool community that I found here on YouTube has been a blessing. I am just so grateful to God that I found all these homeschooling moms, and there are also a lot of homeschooling dads who are helping, because the homeschooling moms talk about it. They say, my husband helps with this and that. So also to even those homeschooling dads who don't show up on the screen, on the video, but are working also behind the scenes, or even if they are not directly homeschooling, but are supporting their wives, their spouse to homeschool. Thank you. My husband, for example, he's not actively involved in the active teaching of like curriculum per se, but he supports me on this 100%. As a matter of fact, when I decided to homeschool, it was not just my decision, it was a decision that we made together, and I'm just so grateful to God because he has been my most supportive person. And in this journey, you need a supportive spouse. And I just want to take this moment to also to tell the single moms, homeschooling moms, and you know what, all moms in general, even the moms that are sending their kids to school, women, oh, God bless you and God is with you, you rock. There are some homeschooling single moms that I also, I watch their videos on YouTube as well. And wow, they are so inspiring. Their content, they share their updates, they share what's working for their kids, but also they are just inspiring also as, you know, as women who are like making it work, and they not necessarily have that, you know, that spouse there, but they're so inspiring. They are warriors, they are go-getters, they are determined to teach their children. They had this realization that the best thing was to homeschool their kids, and that is what they are doing. And sometimes when I feel it is very hard for me, I think of these women who are braving it up, who are being brave and strong and following that beautiful goal. And then I of course always, most of the time, because you know we have flaws, I go to God, I lean to God when I have doubts, when things happen that make me question, are we gonna be able to continue doing this? And I come to my Father in heaven, who is here in my heart with me and is everywhere, and I feel this assurance. And I remember why I started doing this, and I know that I have my Heavenly Father's support, and we keep moving forward with His help. So one thing that I want to mention is about the place where you live when you have children. Maybe if you have only one, it might be okay, but we've been living in an apartment for ever since my kids, ever since Isaac actually was born. And initially it was never an issue. Now my kids are more active, and I realized that living in an apartment with little children might not be the most conducive thing. And now that we are here in the Dominican Republic, in my mother's house, she has a big patio, and the kids are jumping and running and moving, and just I don't have to be telling them don't jump because the neighbors below, they you make noise for them. I just feel they're with so much joy, and I see this glow, this happiness in their eyes, that they feel free. They feel free to jump. They feel free to play. I don't have to be constantly telling them to stop running. Running is part of kids' development, especially little children. Little children need a lot of playtime. Some children are more active than others. There are some children that they love to play, they love to run, they love to jump, they love to move. Does that mean they're bad? Absolutely not. That is actually good for kids when they move a lot, when they jump a lot, when it means that their bodies are functioning properly. And it's not to say that the kids who don't move much, there are kids who are like that also, who like to be more quiet and still, and that is okay. But the problem is when we try to constrain, is that the word? To limit the child's movement, the child's natural movement of his body, of her body, because we are in a place that is actually not conducive for that child, that is a problem. And I am living that actually right now, not at this very moment because we are in the Dominican Republic, but in my apartment in New Jersey where we live, we are living that problem. My kids, they love to play, they love to jump, they love to run, they love to move. And we have neighbors below us. We live in a building, an apartment building, and it's not that the neighbors are bad. They are not bad people, but they want quiet. They want everything to be quiet. And they keep hitting our floor, their roof, not the roof, but their ceiling. They keep hitting their ceiling, our floor constantly, almost daily, when my kids jump and run and move, and even when they are just walking sometimes. And I initially, when they started hitting our floor, I talked to them and I said to them, what is the time at night that you guys start unwinding? Because I want to work with you guys, but honestly, I cannot have my kids sit still all day long because that is not healthy for them, and that is not natural, that is not normal. And when we moved to this apartment, the management company knew I had kids. They are on the list, 2 little kids. And so they said, if by 7 p.m. they can, stop making noise, be quiet, by 7 p.m. that's good. So, okay, I compromised, with them to work with them in consideration, putting myself in their shoes. But what happens is that if my kids are playing at 2 p.m., they hit the floor still. They keep banging. I also started, sometimes they wake up earlier, some days, and then other days they wake up later. Those days when they wake up earlier, I tell them not jumping, not running in the house, in the apartment, until after 10 a.m. Because I also started noticing that in the morning, if it was before 9, even 10 in the morning, they will hit the floor. And sometimes the kids were just walking, or they will just run, they will just run from one room to another, and they will start hitting the floor. So then again, in consideration to them, I am limiting my kids because I want to keep peace. I believe in getting along with everyone, with our neighbors, and living a Christ, living a Christian life is not just saying it's I'm Christian, but it's also, seeking peace as much as you can, be a peacemaker. And so this is really what I want. I want to have peace. I want to get along with my neighbors. And so this is why I'm putting these limitations on my children. Again, not because they're doing something wrong, because jumping and running is part of their development and their growth. And, it also makes me feel bad. I will say it makes me feel bad for lack of a better word, but it makes me feel bad because when we moved to this new place, I could have said no because it was in a 3rd floor, and I could have said, we need a place that is on the 1st floor, that way nobody below us bothers us. But I overlooked that, and so we moved to this place. We haven't been there for a year yet. It's going to be a year in July, and we're having this issue. My husband, he still talks to them, not to them, to the gentleman, because the lady who lives below us, We don't see her much, but my husband like talks to him because he actually also happens to be the super of the building. Go figure. And it's just an uncomfortable situation. So I started limiting my kids from jumping and moving before 10 a.m. And then I become strict when 7 p.m. Hits the clock. I tell them no more jumping. Of course, this is not always perfect. I have to be honest as well. But the time between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., they're not jumping all the time because they play quiet time also. But if they jump and move during that time, I let them because they are kids. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right here because this video is expanding and extending more, but I definitely want to extend this conversation, elaborate on this topic because it's very important to me, and I'm assuming that there might be other parents who might be having similar situations, and this is a place where we can talk and share ideas and see how we can solve this. So we'll talk more about this on another video. For now, I will cut it right here because I have to upload this, and internet is not too fast here. Okay, thank you very much for watching. God bless you. See you on the next video. Bye.